with so much being online and such a digital world that we live in, you can really run a business from anywhere. So you can have the lifestyle that you want, where you can go hiking on the weekends or visit waterfalls or do trail running, but then you can also run this mega business in a cost-effective community. I'm Tiffany Anton, Director of Engagement and Outreach at the Biz Foundry. So when I explain the Biz Foundry, I say a lot that it is a co-working space and an entrepreneur center. And so the entrepreneur center side of things is workshops and events and resources, whether it's you have an idea and you have nowhere to go to build your business, or you need to take the next step and you're looking for investors. We have all those kind of resources. And then the co-working side of things is that we have these 3 spaces that people can come, whether they are a small business owner or a remote worker. So that's really been a different component of things for these small rural areas where people can be based out of California, but they want to live in Sparta and they want to live near a river and go kayaking all the time.
Good entrepreneurs are always changing. It takes big companies months and months and months to change direction. I talked with a company in Knoxville last week that we're actually going to buy their product, and so in 90 days after COVID happened, they totally changed their business model and their business is exploding. And we've seen some of that happen locally.
We have the resources, we have the people, we have the team, we have the plans really together. And by focusing really on a team approach and a regional approach and working with the agencies like Economic Community Development and the Upper Cumberland Development District and the Biz Foundry in Lodge, Tennessee and the Main Street Association, that we're basically able to network what we're doing. So it's not just been a single focus, it's basically been a huge focus where we've tried to diversify and bring as many aspects of economic development into one plan and then be able to basically overlap with our team approach or whatever, how we're going to market ourselves. So
I've lived in almost every state in the United States. Tennessee is actually my favorite place ever. And so I knew I wanted to move here, and I didn't know where. I knew I wanted to be around about an hour from the airport, but I didn't want to live in a city. Like every time I would look, I looked in East Tennessee, Nashville, West Tennessee. I looked everywhere and drove around for 2 weeks straight. And I just kept coming back to Cookeville, thinking this is where I want to live. I like that town.
So, it's hard to get rural communities to recognize entrepreneurship. And when you talk to them about entrepreneurship, they mention, Bill Gates and Steve Jobs, and they can't name any local entrepreneurs. It's like, how else does a business start? Every local business was an entrepreneur. So how do we help make that easier and use our years of experience? We may not know the answer, but we can give you a Library of Congress worth of what not to do. We try to at least keep you from making the same stupid mistakes we've done. So or help them figure out how do they get to the best answer and how do we help them do that. So.
Most of the state is really made up of rural communities and people who have been here for years and years and years. I'm not a born and raised Tennessean. I'm originally from Michigan, and I've seen that I can jump in and I can be useful and I can be a part of this connection of the network. It's hard to be in a place where their grandma's grandma have been there, and it's hard to not have some respect and jump right into that.
I think there's a reason Tennessee is called a volunteer state. I mean, people are just nice here. They're nice, they're friendly, they're willing to help people, they're willing to help their neighbors. It's not so, I don't know, some of the other states I've lived in, they've just been, everybody's like stuck on their phone and everybody's so self-centered. And in Tennessee, it just seems like they pay attention more and they're just more friendly. Not everybody has an angle here.